being here, guys. And I mean that. All your all's bosses getting y'all out here. That's big for our fans. Big win. Really proud for everyone associated with the program. We had a really good turnout for fans. I don't know if they really planned when they played Sweet Caroline there in the fourth quarter, but we had a good turnout of gold and blue. There's a lot of the gold's obviously easy to spot, but I thought we had a good crowd for being that far away. And over 2,000 miles traveled after a really tough stretch, and our guys' backs against the wall, a lot of negativity, a lot of adversity, and we come out here without 3 of our 4 captains. Aubrey Burks didn't make the trip, who missed the game. Wyatt Milam doesn't make the trip. Garrett Green doesn't make the trip. So 3 of our 4 captains don't make the trip. But we come and just fight. And I think it's a credit to our guys. Y'all have heard me talk about the character of our team. Our character of our team is really good. And our season hasn't gone exactly the way we wanted, Now, part of that's because we played really good people, and I think that story continues to unfold. But we've had a tough stretch. These last 4, in between the bye weeks, this 4-game period has been really tough. And we wanted to be better in 2-2, but we went 2-2, and now that sets us up for a November stretch. And we need some time to heal up. We got to get away and rest and recover for a few days, but then we get back, and that November stretch is going to be critical. And how we finish is going to really matter. We got to continue to win, stay in the conference race. I think that's the big picture of it. I thought today our special teams were huge. One of the guys that didn't play today, that didn't get talked about, was Austin Brinkman. And he's as good a long snapper as there's in the country. And he was hurt. He made the trip, but he was hurt. McGuire Moss comes out in his first real action. I think he snapped it one time, maybe versus Albany, but does a great job because the 3 punts were critical. Ollie had another big day. They had 0 punt return yards. I think he averaged 46 on 3 punts, and that was huge. Obviously, the fake field goal. Late Bechtel, I call him the Swiss Army. He can do it all. He was our backup long snapper tonight. He can punt. He's a really good athlete. Played lacrosse. If you remember, we ran that fake in the bowl game. We came up short, and so I just said, "Hey, we're gonna run it, man. You got to score." And he got in there, so credit to him. I thought our kickoff covers. What about the play Zay Jennings made at the start of the third quarter? That was really good. And then the made field goal to start the game. I thought that was a long kick into some wind, and I credit Mike for getting us started. Offensively, I thought we really controlled the game. Got a little interesting late, but I thought we controlled the game. We were really efficient. We had the ball for 35 minutes, 11 of 16 on end-of-possession downs, 4 for 4 on fourth. We scored all 3 times. We were in the red zone. I thought we were really balanced tonight, too. If you look at it, 203 rushing, 198 passing. Nicco, I thought he did well. He handled it. And we had some different guys step up. Justin Robinson converts a big 4th down. Jalen Anderson gets a big 3rd down. I thought Jaheim White on the next to last conversion on that last drive, really, we haven't used him a whole bunch in short yardage, but we used him there, and he grinded out a couple yards. And so I was really pleased with how we played. I thought we left maybe a touchdown out there, but I thought we did some good things offensively and really controlled the game, and that's what we tried to do. And then defensively, our run defense was good, and we struggled versus the pass, and that's kind of been our MO this year. But the receiver is special, and the quarterback, man, he kept some plays alive. If you look at a lot of those explosive plays, he just scrambled around and kept it alive, and I don't think we did a very good job matching them. And if you remember, I think I talked on the radio on Thursday night and in the press conference on Monday about how good they were at scramble situations, and that's what happened. Most of their were on extended plays, but he's special. 10 for 202. And we didn't do a great job against him, but I don't want to discredit him, because I think he's special, and it's the best we played in a long time, best I've played in a long time. But we got to be better against the pass. We simply just have not been good enough this year, and so we got to get it fixed. With that, I'll take questions, Greg.
So go into a little bit more on Nicco. Really efficient. Looks like you boots and waggles. A lot of that. Try to maybe not. Hit a couple deep passes, but for the most part, really efficient on underneath stuff. That was the idea coming in, and how good was he at that?
Yeah, well, I thought he was really efficient on end of possession downs, 3rd and 4th downs. That was a great throw he had on the downfield to Traylon Ray. That was huge. We really needed it, and that proved to be kind of the deciding factor too. But I thought he was calm. He's so much better player than the last time he started a game. So last time he started a game was Texas Tech, and that was September, I guess, a year ago. And he's matured, he's been patient, and he's gotten better. And I've said that a lot. Y'all heard me talk about that in the spring, then you heard me talk about it in fall camp. And then he showed that today, and he didn't play very well at the second half of the Kansas State game, which is a tough setting for him. But I thought he really stepped up today when we needed him, and he played really well.
Your pace of play through the whole game was pretty measured. Same kind of idea there. Don't want to make things helter-skelter.
So we played really fast early, Kevin. If you go back and watch the first quarter, I think we had the ball like 12 minutes in the first quarter, maybe even a little over that. We played really fast because we were making first downs. Like I think our first 5 plays may have been some kind of tempo where we didn't sub. So they've had some injuries on defense, and they've played the game the last 2 weeks much different than the way they started the year because of injuries at linebacker and interior D lineman. And they muddied up the run game. Now, we were still able to run it, but they muddied it up some. And they guessed right a few times. But now once we got up 2 scores, then we started really kind of taking our time. But we never took our foot off the gas. I thought the last drive was important. We threw it on first down, and we completed at least 2, maybe 3 passes in that last drive. And I think that we had to do that because we weren't just blowing them off the ball. We did a lot of perimeter plays tonight. We did a lot of read stuff. Nicco made a couple mistakes in the read game, but he also made some really good decisions. We had some explosive runs doing that stuff.
I know it's hard to see field level, but Johnny Williams is coming in for Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem like you had any hiccups.
Well, we had penalties. Yeah, that's the thing that we haven't really done this year. Mm-hmm. And then we had several penalties offensively. I think we had a couple holdings, and those are always hard until you see it. But we had a couple holdings, a couple of procedure penalties that we haven't had. Yates the snaps didn't hurt us tonight, but they didn't help us either. And so, but I thought Johnny was solid. It's his first start, but it's not his first. He played against Penn State. That was kind of a baptism by fire. He got thrown in against those guys and played the entire second half. And then he's played parts of 2 or 3 other games. And so it wasn't too big for him. He's got a really big-time future here. Now, we want to get Wyatt back. Don't get me wrong. We want to get him back. But I was proud. I thought he prepared really well, and he was ready for the moment tonight.
You got your first 3 touchdowns on 4th down. Obviously, every play is unique. But do you come into a game with an aggressive mindset?
Yeah, we try to be pretty aggressive most of the time. Like last week, we weren't very good on 4th down, and this week we were. And so, down there, I think the first one, it was 4th and goal at the 3, which that's kind of the stopping point. And it was, if my mind is correct, I believe it was it 10? Were we at 10? Was it 10-3 at that time, or what was it? Or were we at 7? I can't remember. But anyway, it wasn't going to change the complexion of the game. All right, I think we were up 10, and it would have made it 13 if we kicked a field goal, and then we would have pinned them back, and they were struggling at that time, and so felt good about that. Nicco ran really good, and Hudson Clement made a great play. He made a great play keeping his foot in bounds, so that was big. The 4, we were gonna go for it anytime over the inside our 50 if it was 4th and 2 or less, and so we did that. CJ snuck through there and hit the big run. What was the other touchdown on 4th down?
And then Layton's, is that a call, or is that just...
Oh, yeah, no, we called that. Yeah, we called that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and we scored on that. And then Justin Robinson made a big 4th down conversion, too, on a 4th and 3 there that extended a drive where we scored.
Layton's, was that a situational call? Because you said, hey, I want to run that again. Or did you see something on...
No, we liked the matchup. We liked the matchup. And we were going to call it on the first field goal of the game, but it was long. I think it may have been like 3rd and 9 because we got a holding penalty, so we didn't on the first field goal. But no, we liked it going in. We usually carry that, and it just matched up this week. We wanted to be aggressive. Like, you don't come all the way over here, across the country, and we were 3-4. We felt like this was a critical game for us, and we needed to win. So we were going to kind of, I talked to our guys about emptying the tank. We're going to empty the tank. As coaches, we're going to empty the tank as far as effort, and I thought we did that.
So you expand on that a little bit, just the emotions of getting a win after a couple of tough ones.
Yeah, winning heals it all, right? It heals a lot of things. And anytime you put the effort and the time you invest, like you want to get the reward, and the reward is winning. And so, and I thought our guys prepared well. The hardest, the games are fine. The hardest thing to do is really drown out the negativity during the week. And because two things happen when you have adversity within a season is, one, you can splinter. Two, you come together. And it's helpful when you do these things because you go on the road and you spend 2 entire days together. So that's really good for team continuity. And so that was beneficial to us. Because there's a lot of time, especially when you travel a long way, you spend a lot of time together, and so I think that helps. And now we need some time off. We got a critical 4-game stretch. A couple of those teams are playing well. I hadn't seen their final scores, but we need some time off, kind of regroup. Hopefully, we'll get some of these guys back, and then be ready for a really strong stretch run.
So it's going to ask you, guys coming back, maybe you'll know more on Monday. But
Yeah, I'll probably know more. Does Monty have me having a press conference on Monday?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I keep telling him, like, we don't need to have these during the bye week, but he don't listen.
We need
All right.
something to write about.
I don't think anybody pays for these during the bye week either. Well, I'll be there. I promise.
The final play to Anderson. What did you see there, and how much confidence do you have that Jalen's going to make that play?
Yeah, to me, it's like the next man up. I didn't call the play going, man, Jalen's in. So what we did is we called a zone beater, and they played man, so we checked to a man beater. And I think Nicco made the right progression. We ran the same play earlier in the game, and he bypassed an open guy. But I think he made the right progression. And then I was happy for Jalen. He's been a good teammate. And so it's fun when guys – because he's played well on special teams. He's been on our punt return team, our kickoff return team, done a nice job. And so it's a positive when those guys are rewarded, and he got rewarded and made the play when we needed it.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank y'all. Y'all be careful.